Welcome to another edition of Live United, the show all about your United Way of Central West Virginia. My name's Kristi Wheeler. I'm sitting in once again for Margaret O'Neill, who's pulled away on important 211 business. So with me today is Miss Kerri Cooper. She is our Community Impact Director, and I could not be more pleased to be sitting here with you today.
Thank you, Kristi. I agree.
So today we're going to talk a little bit about what United Way really does out in our community. Kind of ask Kerri, what is community impact? We're going to learn more about our Equal Footing Shoe Fund. If you haven't heard about it, you're going to find out all about it. And then we're going to wrap up, talk a little bit about our campaign season, which is well underway. So, Kerri, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
We're going to talk a little bit about what is community impact.
Community impact is anything that impacts, obviously, your community.
Right.
So it's if there's a resource that's not being met,
Okay.
that's not right. If there's something in your community that there's a gap
Okay.
in services. If there's a gap in you don't fit the mold that is required for the services, then
Okay.
that's what our community impact is doing. We're trying to make the most difference in our communities that we can make.
Right. I think personally, I know that before I came to United Way, I really thought the organization was a funding agent for other agency partners who did good work in the community. But I think the secret that we're trying to reveal is that we do good work in the community every day. So we're going to talk a little bit about specific things that we do in the community. So I think we have a slide that has some pictures on it because, again, it's just a brief representation of things that we do out in the community. So why don't we talk a little bit about what we're looking at right now?
Sure. So we have the EITC program in our building run by Cassandra Curtis. EITC is the Earned Income Tax Credit program that gets dollars back into our community. So if you meet the financial guidelines, you are eligible to have your taxes prepared for free. This is with the IRS. This is not, just me doing your taxes, which I am ill-equipped to do, but this is people that really know what's going on, and they prepare your taxes. Cassandra in this photo is on the BB&T mobile financial bus that comes to the United Way, and we complete taxes.
So that was really cool because that's actually, so it's the upper left, it's a picture of inside a bus.
Yes.
So folks come and sit down in the bus and get their taxes done.
Yes.
And then next we've got the lovely and talented Barb Mallory.
The angel Barb Mallory,
Yes.
as I like to call her. So that is our 211 director. She is the West Virginia State Director for 211 at United Way, and she is also housed, lucky us, in our building in Central West Virginia. She is the guru of all information and all referrals.
Absolutely.
She's got it going on.
Absolutely. And I love this next picture because this was such a special day.
This was. So we had received a Facebook notification that the food pantry at Riverside High School was empty. So Kristi done some great work and got us some gift cards so that we could restock those shelves. So that is me presenting Riverside High School with their food cards or their gift cards to refill their shelves.
Yeah, and that was actually from Kroger. So,
Yes.
We want to thank our Kroger. We can't say enough
No,
about Kroger. They are a
Kroger,
tremendous
they
partner to us. And so whether it be helping us with a food pantry
Right.
or helping us here in coming weeks with our Day of Caring.
Right.
They're always
there
ready
for us.
and there.
Yes.
And then I think we have an image of your first Clay County pop-up food pantry.
Yes. So as most of us know, we've heard on the news that Clay County no longer has a grocery store. So they no longer have access to fresh foods. An hour, 15 minutes to get fresh food if they can drive, if they can get that far. So we partnered with Mountaineer Food Bank, and we have set up a food pantry every other week or so since April. At our last food pantry, we served 752 individuals. So, you fill out a form, you sign the paper, you never leave your car. We load it up in an assembly line and put it in your car, and you're out the door. You fill out the form, we pick up the form, you get your food, you're gone. But it is the most gratifying thing of the week on
Right.
those weeks. I can't imagine not having access to fresh foods.
Well, and I think the piece that's sometimes missed by folks is, number one, that these people are sitting in a line miles long.
Miles long.
For hours.
For hours in this dreadful heat that we've had all summer,
Right.
There's a couple of ladies that are on oxygen. They sit there for 2 and 3 hours in the 90+ heat, hoping to get off the road so that that they're not stuck in the line of traffic while everyone else is buzzing up and down the highway. They're there for hours.
Right.
We usually start at 5, but most people come in like 2 because they'd rather wait at the beginning than at the end so that they can continue on with the rest of their day. But
Wow. And then the other piece is that they're waiting on an unknown.
Yes.
They don't know what's in the box.
No, and we don't know what's in the box, but it's a wonderful box. The last time we gave out some fresh vegetables and some fresh fruit, some cabinet staples. I mean, it's and fresh milk.
Wow.
So it was.
So
it was
if
great.
someone's listening to this and they're saying like, wow, that's an amazing story, could they contact you?
Please contact me. 304-340-3502 at the United Way, and we will get you on the volunteer roster.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because I know that, occasionally you're looking to bring additional
Yes.
people on.
Yes.
But I tell you, that's one of those stories that really tugs at people's heart. So,
It is.
And they want to be part of it. Now, down here in the lower right, we look like we're having a good time.
You are having a good time. So it was the opening night for Power Park this year. They were kind enough to offer us a table so that we could give out our information and things that were going on for us. We had a few nights there with not only the United Way, but also the federally funded programs that we have upstairs.
Okay.
The 211, the Equal Footing Shoe Fund, it
Right.
was a great night.
You did a great job of getting those set up. But again, we can't say enough about our partners. The West Virginia Power and Appalachian Power Park has been a tremendous
Absolutely.
partner with
Absolutely.
us as well. Now, this next picture,
It's
this
all
is
about
like a
children.
blast from the past. I
It
know
is.
because my kids are actually in this, and your kids are in this.
Yes.
Where are we?
We are at Boone County Backpack Buddies.
That's right.
We are packing Backpack Buddy boxes
Okay.
that day. So, in the early beginning of the summer, we get together with Boone County citizens that have organized this event. We go in to their civic center in Boone County, pack these bags. It is a well-orchestrated chaos. But, this past summer they fed almost 400 students.
So how does that food get from packing it to the students?
The U.S. Postal Service.
I'll be darned.
Yeah. So there's a few diehard volunteers in Boone County. One who happens to be one of our board members, Ron
Okay.
Grant,
Yes.
that sees to it that they are picked up, labeled, and sent out every other week or so during the summer months so that the students have something that they can fix themselves, pop tops, easy
Right.
to fix
Right.
items that they can have. So a little bit of food security for those that are food insecure.
Right. So that's just to clarify that is food that's really covering a need over the summertime, because a lot of kids don't have
No.
a ready food source
No.
once school's out.
No. And most affiliated with the school system will tell you that the last hot meal they got was the lunch the day before.
Wow.
So those 90 days that you're off in the summer,
Right.
where are they getting their food? What are they getting? So the Boone County Backpack Buddies has stepped up to see to it that their community got what they needed.
Right. That's awesome. And now the next picture, this is Coffee with a Cop.
Yes, in St. Albans. We went to St. Albans for a couple of Coffee with the Cops. They had a few issues going on in St. Albans, and we wanted to bring everyone that was involved together to talk about the best way for everyone in the St. Albans community, how to go about that. It was a great event. A lot of great things have come from that. They found out resources they weren't aware of. We found out things that were going on in St. Albans that we weren't aware of. We made great partnerships in that area.
That's awesome. And this final picture, I think I'll just speak to it, that this is, again, kind of illustrates the partnership between local businesses, corporations, and United Way, because this is a group of CPAs actually reaching out to agency partners and doing some training. So it's just sort of a free training, so to share some knowledge about tax implications and some things for the coming year. So, again, if you're not aware, we have a tremendous space called the Clay Room
Yes.
at United Way, and we rent it out for free. And we will always make fresh coffee,
Always
and
have
Kerri
coffee.
and her team, we do a great job of setting it up.
Yes.
But again, I always go back to what Margaret says. She always says, it's your United Way.
It is your United Way. You should utilize it.
Right.
I mean, it's free meeting space. We live there, but it's your home.
Right.
Please come in and make yourself at home.
Right.
Come in and hang out with us.
So we are going to transition to one thing I know that is near and dear to Kerri's heart, because she is also known in our office as the Shoe Fairy.
Yes.
Tell me about being the Shoe Fairy.
There's nothing more gratifying than being the Shoe Fairy. Our Equal Footing Shoe Fund came to town when Margaret came. So, I told someone last week that we were a snow globe, and when she came in, she shook us up, and now we get a glitter all over our communities. She's got our snow off the bottom, and she's let us go. So this is near and dear to me. This is a wonderful experience. So we've collected shoes. We distribute shoes, and we distribute shoes in all 5 counties, in Boone, Clay, Kanawha, Putnam, and Logan. Anyone of authority in the school system, whether that's a teacher, school counselor, the social worker, the principal, whomever that may be, can call me at the office and tell me that they need a shoe. So if they were calling to tell me that a girl, Kristi, needed a pair of shoes, they would just call and say, I need a female size 3.
Okay.
So wherever that is in that 5 counties that day or first thing the next morning, it depends on times. Sometimes if you call me at 1 o'clock, I can't necessarily get to Logan at 2:30.
Right.
You'll have a brand new pair of shoes, no questions asked. We don't see the child. We don't ask for anything in return other than that child has a new pair of shoes. A new pair of shoes is detrimental to their education, not to mention their health, but their education. If you're wearing my shoes, you're going to concentrate on the fact that they're too big. If I'm wearing yours, I'm concentrating on they're too little.
Right.
You have to go over back to the things that we were all blessed to get when we were younger, is proper shoes.
Right.
A step in the right direction with a pair of shoes is just the easiest and the simplest way to solve that.
Right. So I'll toot Kerri's horn. So in this year, in 2019, you and your team have collected over 1,500 pairs of new kids' shoes.
Yes.
And I will point out that I was at an event and someone looked at me and said, "Is that necessary?"
No.
And I think that, again, it's like you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
And so I know, how many pairs of shoes have you delivered since school started?
Since school started, almost 300.
Almost 300 pairs of shoes.
Yeah.
So again, do the math.
Yeah.
Is 1,500 pairs necessary? But really, that's not our goal. So what's our goal?
Our goal by November the 1st is 2,000 pair of shoes. So if you would like to donate shoes or drop off shoes or have me come and pick up new shoes, you can call me at 304-340-3500.
Right. Right.
The new shoes are necessary.
Right.
The child should get new shoes.
Right.
He shouldn't have to wear his brothers, his sisters. He should have his own pair of shoes. It's vital that they have the self-confidence that it requires to succeed. And this is the step in the right direction.
I don't want to make you cry, but I know you recently had a situation that really tugged at your heart.
Yes.
So if you want to tell us about that?
Yes. I had a counselor reach out to me. She had a student that needed a pair of shoes, and he needed a specialty pair of shoes. He wears braces on his legs and his feet, so he required a wider pair of shoes. So me, in what I don't know, just thought, okay, no big deal. So I got on, we didn't have any in the house, so I Facebook and looked around a little bit. Kohl's had a coupon. I went ahead and ordered them from Kohl's, picked them up that day and delivered them that afternoon. I thought, that's easy. No, that was almost 2 weeks ago. That was probably 5 pairs of shoes ago. He needed an extra wide. Okay. I didn't even know they made such a thing. Right. So we finally got his shoes in Monday, and when they come in, I claimed to sound a little like Eeyore. I said, oh, they'll not fit. They don't look any wider than. Yeah. So, I rushed over and delivered the shoes, and as I'm trying to get them on his foot, because I've stretched and I've pulled and I've tugged, even though I may have to return them.
Right.
I'm risking that,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get them just as big as I can get them, and I try to put them on his feet.
Well,